Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, June 26, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. St. Louis Cardinals vs Chicago Cubs. Our team pick is St. Louis Cardinals minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The biggest difference on Saturday for the Cubs was not having Kyle Hendricks pitching a gem on the mound. They held back the offensive floodgates in the opener, but it was only a matter of time before the Cardinals made a splash in the series. And that moment came on Saturday. The Cardinals didn't leave their bats at home in Saturday's 5-3 victory over the Cubs. They gave up the same number of runs as they did in the opener, but this time, they had the offense to surpass everything Chicago did at the plate. That showing was an instant hit for the St. Louis faithful at Busch Stadium, but Sunday's sequel might have to be even better if Jack Flaherty, 7.50 ERA, continues to struggle on the mound. The veteran 26-year-old pitcher is still trying to shake off some of the rust after missing all of the season up until mid-June with a shoulder injury. His work in his previous 2 games against the Milwaukee Brewers and Pittsburgh Pirates were limited to only 3-inning stints. So the Cardinals haven't been shy about slowly easing him back into the rotation. That means Sunday's game is going to call on a Herculean performance from the bullpen, especially if their bats somehow come up short against Alec Mills. However, as St. Louis's batting lineup proved on Saturday, there's plenty of juice there to turn off the lights on the feisty Cubs. How will the Cubs respond? The answer to that question should be defense. They have to find a way to keep the game low scoring to give themselves a fighting chance. What other hope do they have with the team averaging 4 runs per game when playing on the road? St. Louis's bullpen has let their ERA slip, and Jack Flaherty is still trying to settle into the season after only making 2 starts. Perhaps this game is their best hope of finding a little offensive magic. Of course, they may not need it if Alec Mills, 8.59 ERA, has a big game pitching. The 30-year-old Clarksville native has struggled on the mound with each of his last 2 opponents hanging 5 runs on him. That could be a problem when facing a Cardinals team averaging the 6th most hits per game in the league. Alec Mills will be drawing his first start of the season against the 5th best run-scoring team in baseball right now. And it's coming after he was hammered on the mound by both the Milwaukee Brewers and Pittsburgh Pirates. The fact that both teams racked up 5 runs each against him is terrifying ahead of a matchup with a Cardinals team capable of blowing up a scoreboard quickly. Chicago has managed to scratch their way to back-to-back 3-run outings against the Cardinals. However, even if they notch another 3 runs on the scoreboard, it's unlikely to be enough to beat this Cardinals team for a second time in this series. The offense is too good in St. Louis, and they'll be able to get a big boost when hitting off Mills in the early innings. I wouldn't count on the Cubs' 4th worst bullpen saving them in this game, either. St. Louis's lone hiccup in this series in the opener was an anomaly, and they'll close things out in impressive fashion on Sunday. I'm rolling with the Cardinals in this matchup. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. And here is why. It has been a really rough recent stretch on the north side of Chicago. After falling on Saturday, the Cubs are now just 4-15 over their last 19 games as they continue their plummet towards the bottom of the division. Pitching has been a major concern of late, with the team allowing more than 7 runs per game over their last 14 contests. As a result, the staff now ranks 27th overall, allowing close to 5.4 per game. They also rank in the bottom 5 in opposing ops and home runs allowed per game. Alec Mills enters with an 0-1 record and a bloated 8.59 ERA in just 14.2 innings of work this season. The Cardinals enter Sunday's action in a tie for first place. They will hope to cap a series win over their hated rivals by taking sole ownership atop the division. The Cardinals have enjoyed success in 2022 thanks to a formidable offense that ranks inside the top 5 in runs per game, 4.83, and team batting average, .253. Paul Goldschmidt has been mashing all season with a sensational .338 batting average, 17 home runs, and 61 RBIs. He is a prime candidate for NL MVP in the early portion of the season. If he can keep it up, this lineup should continue to churn out runs. The Cubs' offense has been fairly mediocre all season, ranking near the league average in several categories. They are 15th in team batting with a .244 mark and 15th in ops at .711. They rank just 20th in runs per game at under 4.3. Patrick Wisdom has been a nice source of power, leading the team with 14 home runs and 37 RBIs. Cardinal pitching has also been strong this season. The club ranks 7th overall, allowing under 4 runs per game. Jack Flaherty will be making his third start since returning from injury. The first two have not been pretty, as he has lasted just 3 innings on both occasions. He struggled with his command last time out against the Brewers, walking 5 batters while yielding 2 runs on 3 hits. He owns a 7.50 ERA across just 6 innings. Given the very small sample sizes from both Mills and Flaherty, it's hard to know what to expect heading into this matchup. In all likelihood, neither starter will be around for very long. Cubs pitching has been a nightmare over their recent brutal stretch of play and now ranks 27th in the league. They are ripe for the picking for a Cardinal offense that ranks in the top 5 in runs scored. Look for St. Louis to hang a big number on Mills and a series of Cubs relievers. Until we see a good start from Flaherty, expect to see him yield some damage as well. Texas Rangers vs Washington Nationals, our team pick. Rangers minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The Nationals have gotten rare back-to-back strong pitching performances in Texas, but the series is still tied at 1 apiece as they lost in dramatic fashion on Saturday. Nelson Cruz provided the only scoring for Washington with a game-tying 2-run homer in the 6th inning, only for Texas to eventually walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. Josiah Gray had one of the best starts of his young career with 7 innings of 2-run ball, allowing 4 hits and 1 walk while piling up 9 strikeouts. Cruz and Josh Bell both reached base twice to lead the Nationals. Washington is down a huge amount on the money line with its poor record overall, while going 31-43 on the run line. Overs are 37-34-3 for the Nationals, with each of their last 4 games going under the betting total. The Nationals are ranked in the bottom 10 and scoring with an average of 4.04 runs per game on a .697 team ops. Pitching has been an even bigger problem for Washington, which has a 5.20 collective ERA to rank 2nd worst in the league, including a mark of 4.44 out of the bullpen. Taking care of business against bad teams will be key for a Rangers team trying to hang around the AL wild card race, and they managed to even the series against Washington with a hard-fought win on Saturday. Nathaniel Lowe opened the scoring with a 2-run homer in the 2nd, and while the offense went cold much of the afternoon, the Rangers still got the win as Atlas Garcia launched a mammoth walk-off blast in the bottom of the 9th. It was a bullpen day for the Rangers, with starter Brett Martin stranding the bases loaded in the 1st inning. Joe Barlow picked up the win with a scoreless 9th inning. Maibreeze Viloria had the only multi-hit game for the Rangers, who had just 2 runners in scoring position for the game. Texas is up a solid amount on the money line as it has exceeded expectations for the year, while going 41-29 on the run line. Overs are 29-37-4 for the Rangers, with each of their last 4 games going under the betting total. The Rangers' offense is right in the middle of the pack with 4.33 runs per game on a .685 team ops. Texas pitching is also around the league average with a 3.94 collective ERA, including a mark of 3.54 from a solid bullpen. Garcia is the key cog in Texas's offense with a .786 ops, 15 homers, 11 stolen bases and 47 RBI. Jonah Heim is also having a strong year at the plate, posting a .766 ops with 9 home runs and 26 RBI. Glenn Otto will take the mound for the 9th time this season, having gone 4-2 with a 4.24 ERA across 40.1 innings in his rookie campaign. The 26-year-old last appeared on June 4 against the Seattle Mariners before hitting the COVID list, allowing 2 runs on 2 hits and 5 walks, while striking out 4 across 5 innings to pick up the win. The Rangers have steadily brought in profits for bettors this year since getting off to a 2-9 start and are a significantly better team in all facets than the last-place Nationals. Washington doesn't have the pitching to compete on most nights, and the Rangers will be able to scratch out more offense on Sunday in a comfortable win. While it's a very small sample size for Tetrault so far, he's really struggling to miss bats with a 7.7% strikeout rate, and his ERA numbers in the minors aren't too promising either. Washington's offense isn't nearly good enough to make up for it with a 95 WRC+ despite a solid middle of the order, as the depth isn't there. One huge factor for the Rangers here is a bullpen advantage, as Texas is just outside the top 10 in reliever ERA, while Washington is currently dealing with a ton of injuries. The Rangers are quietly a solid team right now, and the plus odds are worth it given how much Washington has struggled. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. And here is why. Jackson Tetrault gets the nod in Game 3 this afternoon, and this will be just his 3rd career start. The right-hander is 1-1 on the year with a 5.73 ERA and 1.64 WHIP over 11.0 innings pitched. After a tough career debut against the Braves on June 14, Tetrault bounced with a quality start in his second outing. The 26-year-old limited the Phillies to 3 earned runs on 6 hits and 2 walks over 7.0 innings. The Nationals dropped Game 2 of the series, 3-2. Josiah Gray was solid in defeat after going 7 innings and allowing just 4 hits and 2 runs, while striking out 9 in a no decision. Glenn Otto is set to make his 9th start of the season this afternoon as the Rangers try to climb up the wild card standings. The right-hander comes in with a 4.2 record to go along with a 4.24 ERA and 1.36 whip. Most recently, he threw 5.0 innings against the Mariners and allowed just 2 earned runs on a pair of hits, but walked 5 batters. Otto earned the win, and the team improved to 5-3 in his starts this year. The Rangers will go for the series win with a victory on Sunday after winning 3-2 on Saturday. Adolis Garcia provided the fireworks with a walk-off solo home run in the 9th, his team leading 15th of the season. Washington's offense has been able to hit for average this year as they rank 8th in team batting average, .251. However, they're just 20th in ops, .695, and 25th in home runs, 58. 14 of the long balls belong to Juan Soto, although he comes in with just 31 RBIs. The star outfielder is also hitting just .213 on the season. Josh Bell has been playing at a high level as he's hitting .301 with 11 home runs and a team-leading 45 RBIs. The Rangers have been a bottom-tier unit this year when it comes to offensive production. They rank just 22nd in team batting average, .235, and they're 23rd in ops, .684. They've been productive in the power department, coming in at 8, with 88 long balls on the year. Corey Seager leads the team with 15 home runs, and he's driven in 32 RBIs, while batting just .228. Adolis Garcia has the team lead in RBIs at 46, and he's hitting .255 so far in 2022. I'm more confident backing the over today in Arlington. For starters, Glenn Otto sees his home ERA increase to 6.05 at home, and he's posted a whip of 1.63. Opponents are hitting .254 against him over 19.1 innings of work, and they've hit 4 home runs. And NBSP in addition. Just to reiterate, neither of these bullpens have been exceptional this year. Texas is just 12th in bullpen whip, .120, while Washington enters at 25th, 1.39. Neither of these pitching staffs have been lights out this year, so I'm expecting a lot of runs today in Texas. Finally, Washington has been one of the better over teams this year, entering with a record of 37-33-3, 52.9% to the over.